All right, hey guys, welcome to another live broadcast here on YouTube. I typically there's this big long lull where I have no idea what to talk about, and I just kind of stare at the camera until people start asking questions, and I think that's a lame way to start a video. So instead, right out of the gate, I'm going to tell you something that was a colossal waste of money. There's been a few places in my life where I've just, man, like you, in the little tiny things where all of a sudden you do something stupid and you're like, oh, come on. And it's a little obnoxious stuff. I've got a buddy, Evan, and this stuff always happens to him. It's little inconvenient stuff. It's not disasters. Like he'll go in a restaurant. I remember us going to like a Chinese restaurant years ago, and he ended up buying like this meal, and it wasn't really good, and it was an expensive meal, and then he ended up getting like this duck. This is a Chinese restaurant. The duck was like $40 or something. And he took it to go because he was starving after his crap meal. And then when he got back, the duck was like this shriveled up nothing. And he got like these big boxes of water chestnuts. Anyway, it became a metaphor of like, oh man, I bought a duck, which means you wasted a lot of money. Well, anyway, last night I had my sleep app up, and right now I'm in a hotel room with my wife and my kids. Typically when I go travel on the road, I'm alone. But whenever I've got a venue closer, sometimes I bring my wife and kids along, and I stash them off at some place where you weirdos won't come find them. Just kidding. Anyway, last night we were about to fire up the sleep app, so we have nice soothing sounds in the background, and my phone can purchase stuff based on my fingerprint. So I'm just kind of scrolling through, and I hit this button just barely, and it tagged my fingerprint and made a purchase. I'm like, oh crap, what did I just purchase? And it was, instead of like soothing ocean sounds and jungle rainforest water, rain on a tin roof, instead it was affirmations, sleep affirmations. So I thought it'd be fun if I played the sleep affirmations for you guys while I fielded some questions. And this cost $10. What I'm about to play for you, this costs $10. There was no refund feature, there was no return. I ended up emailing them and I haven't heard anything back, but it all happened literally in like a microsecond, just less than a second. It was done. $10 immediately. But it's the sleep affirmations track. So for the first time, I'm listening to most of these, and here you get them as well. Let's listen.
I am invincible.
I am invincible. That's awesome. What else have we got?
I am invincible.
Invincible again. Let's try this one.
I am loved.
I am loved.
I know that I can get anything that I want.
Anything. I can get
every
anything.
Moment that passes, I love myself more.
Every moment that passes,
I achieve every goal that I set myself.
This is the worst.
I'm aware of all the amazing things in my life, and I appreciate them.
You're supposed to listen to this while you sleep.
I am a unique and special person, and I appreciate that.
So you hear this over and over while you sleep.
My life is beautiful, and it's getting better every day. Every day, I find moments of happiness that fulfill and calm me.
Yes, that's a good one.
Each moment that passes, I get calmer and more relaxed. I know I deserve the best, and I receive more and more each day.
That's a good one. I love that affirmation.
I'm happy.
I am happy. That is great. One more.
Every day, I get compliments from someone around me.
I do. I got to do at least one more.
I'm meaningful in other people's lives.
I am meaningful in other people's lives. That was a good affirmation. I said one more, but one more truly.
I enjoy seeing the improvements in my life.
I really do. That's a good affirmation. All right, we're done with that. So now I'm queuing in to check out y'all's questions. Hey, Germany, how's it going? You should play that when you're at work. I totally should. That was $10. That's almost all of it. It's $10, and it just repeats positive affirmations. All right. What's the best brand to pick for a decent AR? like, oh man, I'm a little snobby when it comes to kind of my tools. I want the really nice stuff if I can handle it or I can swing it. So what I'd recommend isn't necessarily the best kind of bang for your buck. Some guys are getting like really inexpensive rifles, like little M&P Sports for $700, and for just kind of general recreational use, they're okay. Like a good medium range kind of Colt, $1,000 kind of thing. I don't know. I don't deal in low end rifles, so I can't. I'm not a good person to ask of like, hey, is this budget rifle good? I'm like, I don't know. I deal with the nicer stuff. I like BCM stuff. I like Daniel Defense stuff, or just there's a whole bunch of stuff out there. Noveski and anyway. John, is the hoodie available in Gray Man yet? I think this is the Gray Man hoodie, so it's not because it's gray. Here, look, there's gray. There's gray for your hoodie. But I think I'm going to call this the Gray Man hoodie because it looks nondescript, doesn't it? This looks good. Nondescript hoodie, but it's still train hard, train smart, which is really sweet. All our Warrior Poet shirts have stuff right there. Cool flag. This guy says WPS and the logo and another shield logo. So it looks nondescript, but it's kind of gunfighter awesome as well. It's good for defeating garments and stuff. I was doing fast draws out of this today. I was teaching today and all yesterday, and I was doing draws out of this. Worked really good to grab a whole bunch of stuff. If you guys don't have a Warrior Poet hoodie, shame on you. How dare you show up into this and not have a Warrior Poet hoodie? If I had my druthers, all of us would be wearing Warrior Poet hoodies. Warrior hoodies. It's been a long day. I've been talking all day long, and I don't think I'm very good at talking anymore. All right, got the Warrior Poet shirt on. Way to go, Michael Golden. Thank you for rocking it out. What's your opinion on SIG 320? I think the SIG 320 is probably the best improvement of SIG engineering in a very long time. Love that it's striker fired. I think there's some little nuances, some bugs that are going to work out in future generations, but if I was shooting SIG, I'd be shooting a 320 and all around. And I know there's the whole big drop safe controversy. I hear that the military versions do not have that problem, and I think they're going to work it out, and it's going to be an all around good gun. Now, the thing I don't like about SIGs, I'm a SIG armor. I was a SIG guy for years and years. Anyway, SIG is kind of like, I used to just love SIG. Now I look at it kind of like a scorned lover from my past, but generally I like SIG. SIGs can make good guns, and some of my friends, really great shooters, shoot SIGs. I think they are over-engineered guns, meaning you take them apart and there's all this unnecessary complexity which leads to eventual breaking down. I see SIGs wear out faster than other predecessors. That's what I see. The SIG 320 particularly, break that down as far as you can break it down, and you will see like an amazing amount, tons of little parts all over the place, and they've got like these little springs about the width of a hair, and you look at this and I'm like, man alive, how do you even put that thing back together? I'm like, why? We have, of like a bunch of the dudes in class today were shooting Canics, and guess what? We had no problem. Somebody had like a CZ P9 in there, and guess what? That worked awesome. And there's some Glocks in there. Hey, they all worked awesome. And so that technology is there. I don't know why we have to overcomplicate the design. It's not getting you anything. There's a simple design that works really well. What do you do to be a warrior besides shooting? Good question. I think martial arts is an important thing. I'm always punching Bob in the garage. My kids love to come in and watch me murder Bob over and over with nasty throat punches and eye gouges and furious pain. Usually when I'm doing that, I've been way out of jiu-jitsu for quite a while, but I want to do that. Also work around with knife fight stuff. I do lots. I do a decent amount of force-on-force training, and I do lots of firearm training as well. But my martial arts game, it's kind of like just trying to keep it up, but I'm not doing so well there with persistence. I'm just always doing gun stuff. Let's see. What is the semiology, origin of the Warrior Poet logo? Good question. One, cross, which should be pretty self-explanatory. Jesus crucifixion. It's kind of the poet side, is what the cross represents. You don't have to be a Christian or toe the Christian line, or anything. But kind of the cross represents sacrifice on others' behalf. And so that's the symbol of the cross is sacrifice. And then the dead space of the logo right here. The cross right there is kind of like a sniper reticle. So you have kind of the poet sacrifice and then the sniper internally, which is kind of like warrior. So warrior poet, pretty cool. And it's got kind of like an old Christendom type thing, like a kind of an old fashioned from days of yore kind of crossish feel to it. So anyway, what knife system do you train? So here is I love talking to really like astute knife guys. So there's all kinds of different Kali and a Screaming, all kinds of these guys who do more Eastern style knife fighting techniques, and I think a lot of that just isn't going to work very effectively. I think some of the best realistically knife fighting stuff is kickboxing with a knife. It's kickboxing with a knife. It's slash parry. Stay away. But every time when somebody throws a punch or throws a strike and you have to do 3 things for every one thing they do, that's a problem, especially when you're inside, kind of that kill space. That's really dangerous stuff. So, knife fighters, beware. I think there's a lot of flashy stuff out there that I don't think is very good. Some of those traditional kind of stuff, there's the Kali and a Screaming. I think there's pieces of that's really, really good, really, really deadly. But overall, I think kind of, for lack of a better term, kickboxing with a knife. Now, I'm not a knife fighter guy. That's not my skill set. I have trained with some guys who are pretty good. I listen to what they say, and it's also just me kind of sitting back and seeing what works and sparring and doing force-on-force stuff. Anyway, I have my thoughts, but my thoughts aren't worth a lot. So you hear me saying that? Don't take what I just said like it's a real big statement. Listen to me. When I talk about guns, listen. Gunfights, listen. Fighter mindset, tactics, listen. But when you talk about like knife fighting, I'm outside of my kind of area, right? So I just want to make sure you're not weighing my opinion too highly on something like that. Your thoughts? LOL. That's funny. All right. If you don't want to enter, I stand. But in your door kicking days, did you have a bunch of hand-to-hand combat? So not a lot. Now, where I did a lot of my door kicking stuff was over in the Middle East, and I had about 10 more pounds. I didn't have a neck because I just fought all the time and worked out all the time. I wasn't a bulky guy, but man, I could run through an obstacle course like it wasn't there. But even still, just kind of with my size, I was about 170 then. You felt like a superhero around Hajis, around some of these Middle Easterners. They're wearing a little Haji man dress, and they're just skin and bones. So you could like pick them up and like stick them against a wall and squeeze them and feel like you'd pop them. There wasn't much of a fight I ever encountered. Now, I would drive dudes around different objectives. In pitch black darkness, they couldn't see, and I've got my rifle, and I may still happen to be clear. And so I used, basically like little tines of pieces of jiu-jitsu or combat hapkido kind of stuff to do simple joint manipulations so I could get them to do what I wanted and I could control them without yelling really slowly in English, which doesn't work with language barriers. You learn a little word, can I, sit, and then you do a joint manipulation to help them go down with a soft, soothing voice. And I could get them to do just whatever I wanted to, moment to moment. And it wasn't until some dude would resist my joint manipulation and go against the pain to kind of take a run at me, and then we have serious problems, and then you hammer down in a way that's going to disincentivize them from ever trying something like that again. So that was kind of more of my hand-to-hand. Yeah, I went hand-to-hand, but it wasn't like we're sparring like that. It was just crushing. Okay, hold on. Malapi Loss is trolling. Okay, all right, here we go, and he's gone. Oh, nope, I need to block that dude. All right, blocked. All right, guys, don't troll, because then I gotta block you, and I just don't feel like blocking you. I want to just kind of hang out. Hey, just hang out, dudes. Don't, fish for attention here. Army Junior or Army RTC to Army SF tips. ROTC is good. Just when you get in, you're going to piss everyone off if you sing the, hey, I was under ROTC, and that means something. Be quiet about that. When you get in and you're an officer, presumably, listen to your sergeants. You're going to have a lot of experience around, and you show up and you're in charge of a platoon as a second lieutenant, first lieutenant, whatever. Listen to your sergeants. If they want you to win and be successful, you will be. If they don't want you to be successful, it doesn't matter how brilliant or good you are, you will not be successful. Got it? Your success rises and falls on your relationship and your trust and mutual respect with your NCOs. Hey, John from the UK, just wanted to say, hey, Bamo, what's happening, brother? This time using Hitler. All right, K Gray, I'll look out for him. What's up, John? Enjoyed the patrol class. Hey, Riley, what's happening, brother? I know your face. Riley was in my long-range patrol class last week out at Tactical Response. What's happening? Who would win in a gunfight? You or Barrett? Me and Barrett are friends. We're not fighting. It's going to depend. I'm more of a tactics guy. I'm pretty fast and accurate, but I'm more of a tactics guy. That means I'm going to cheat. So finding a battlefield in which, kind of y'all picture like a Wild West duel where we like square up and someone calls something and then you go. But that's not how real life works. So, I imagine if we fought 100 fights, he'd win some and I'd win some. And anyway, it'd be good fun. Who'd win in an arm wrestling? You or Jaeger? I don't know. Probably Jaeger. Hey, Carlos, what's happening? Need to visit the Vatican. Awesome place. I'd love to visit there. 100K contest. Yes, Bobo. Hey, let me go and remind you guys, if you guys haven't entered to win in the 100,000 subscriber giveaway, we're at like 98,000 subscribers right now. I said it when we were like at 93 or so about 5,000 subscribers ago. Giving away all kinds of cool, fun prizes, and I think we're giving away a hoodie and Warrior Poet shirts. Check out this action. Right there. Boom. Logos and stuff, but not just Warrior Poet swag, like Fiocchi, my ammo sponsor, is giving away 1,000 rounds of ammo, 9mm. Let's see, I've got Trident Defense triggers. I'll give away a trigger. I'll give away, remind me something, Surefire flashlight, which is a Streamlight flashlight. This guy right here, boom, giving away one of those. But I don't know, I think we got like 14 prizes. All you have to do is go to my website, warriorpoetsociety.us, and you'll see a link for enter the contest, and you type in John Lovell and type in your first and last name and your email address, and you're in. That's it. And then we'll announce the draw. We'll do a drawing after we hit 100,000. And there's not one prize takes all. There's lots of chances to win. Right now we've got like 5,000 people entered, so there's not a lot. Everyone thinks that it's going to be like 200. They think, 100,000 people, I have no chance of winning. That's not true. 15 prizes. There's anyway. Have you ever smoked a joint? I have done drugs. I was a punk of a kid, and so I did a lot of drugs when I was younger, and I was an idiot. How old can you be to get into a class? I like to kind of counsel. I think the youngest I'd have is something like 16, but I want to talk with you first. I haven't seen you since you taught me Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Hey, Mark E. So I taught Mark Jiu-Jitsu. What's happening, buddy? You can tell people whether I'm a Jiu-Jitsu guy or not. There we go. I'm way out of practice. Fastest 2MR time. Beer you drink. I drink all kinds of stuff, but I like Yingling or Sam Adams. Best book on leadership, Bible. People hate that answer, but it's really my thought. Let's see. What's the best suppressor for pistols? I don't know. I usually like Gym Tech. I stick with Gym Tech. The Level Boys are doing well. What's up, Josh? Could you beat Chuck Norris up? Yeah, right now? Yeah. Him in his prime? No. If I could get him down to the ground, maybe. But that dude's a legend. That guy is him in his prime would have just, probably just crushed me. That guy was toe-to-toe with Bruce Lee. It was a nightmare. Anyway. No, that guy's amazing. What watch are you wearing? I'm wearing a Sunto Core. Pretty cool. I just started wearing it. I wore Suntos overseas, and I trusted Suntos for a very long time. And then my old one died, and now I just got back kind of into them. But I've been wearing a watch for quite a while. EDC for those under 21. Recommend at least a tactical pin. I like this because it's not weird to have just a pin in your hand, and you can really hurt someone or ocular socket, kill them if you needed to. Also, knife that on you, rapid deploy kind of stuff, and then a flashlight. So, did you work with other SOF units while you were in? I think I worked with everyone while I was in, including special operations in other foreign militaries. All kinds of stuff. It'd be easier for you to say who haven't you worked with than who have you. Have any women taken your classes? Yeah, quite a few. I was teaching a lot more women over the last few years, and so yeah, I'm very, very used to teaching women. Since I went into business in my own and went out on my own about 5 months ago, I've had a total of 1 female student. 1. Ladies, step up your game. Why do girls hate me? Did you know 3% of the following is chicks? I probably shouldn't call them chicks, but I call guys dudes. So just to be fair and equitable, right? Anyway. Hey, I wonder if thumbs upping a video helps it. Everybody thumbs up right now if you don't mind. Better CQB, SWAT, or MILT? Man, it depends. It depends from moment to moment what your objective is. Yeah, you can't do that. Some SWAT teams are really crappy, terrible, at room clearing. Like, oh no, oh please, no. Stop. Everyone stop. Pull it in. Let's have a discussion. And then others, there's that guy. There's others that are just a deadly, nasty, amazing team. It's an art. And then you got everything in between. And same thing with military units too. Military, you'll find some of the worst room clearers ever and some of the best. So you just got everyone in between. I can't really help you with that. G'day from New Zealand. What's up, mate? Thumbs up. Thanks, guys. Oh, yeah, look, the thumbs up are ticking up. I don't know if that helps me or not, but there we go. 3% is statistically good to go. Let's see. Example. Good, Lyle. Hey, I recognize your name, Lyle. What's happening? Must be a patron. Why did you choose battalion over Green Berets? I don't know. Green Berets weren't really on my radar. Rangers are more a direct action raid force. It's the premier raid force of the United States. You want to take down a city, and you're really angry at that city. You send in, a bunch of Rangers. Send in a company of Rangers, and you will have that city immediately. Anyway, it's more direct action. It's a lot of room clearing and door kicking. Green Berets are a different mission. It's a lot of developing local militias and working with insurgents and all kinds of things that may fit the SF, kind of Green Beret thing. And really, even that's not really fair. The Green Beret mission can be really, really wide, but Rangers that's a Hulk smash nasty hammer right there. Carry ammo. I shoot Fiocchi. So yay for Fiocchi. And right now, I'm normally carrying Corbon DPX, but I just got some, the Federal HSTs. All right, let's see. More of a guerrilla type tactics. Yeah. Rangers will be very good at guerrilla type tactics as well. SF will be good at raising guerrilla tactics and other type stuff, but guerrilla tactics is like patrol stuff. It's reconnaissance, it's raids, it's ambushes, it's that kind of stuff. Rangers are going to be very, very good at that stuff. They're professional infantrymen. Just bought a Glock 23 Gen 4. What T-Rex holster do you have? Thanks. So right now I'm rocking a T-Rex sidecar. I'm in a hotel, so I don't want to freak everyone out. But there's my guy right there. Boom. Very good. And I've got a Tier 1 concealed on the way, T1CS on the way, the Air Aegis, which I'm excited about. So I'll let you guys know. Okay, 124 HST. Cool. Awesome. Very good. Let me see. There's a night vision question. Gen 1 night vision with active IR versus Gen 3 thoughts. Dude, please get Gen 1 is, that's pretty tough. But Gen 3 night vision is incredible. Actually, there's some really, really good Gen 2 stuff out there as well. My website's warriorpoetsociety.us. Good, Roger. Glad to hear it. If there is one thing you can tell a aspiring 17-year-old warrior, what would you say? I'd say read, man. Read. It's not what you want to hear, but read, read, read. Wisdom is more powerful than your guns or your bench press. Wisdom. Want to remind you to have some bigger followers. And hey, Perry, I just added some triple XL sizes to the shirt. It's shirts with this shield on it. I think come in 3XL now. So sorry, it's a whole different shirt to be able to add this to, because if you put this on a 3XL, the same size screen print on it, it looks like it's a postage stamp, and it just looks weird. So you actually have to get a whole nother bigger screen so it proportionately does well. So sorry, but we have 3XLs in this shield shirt. Sorry, man. And there it is. Let's see, how often do you get muzzles swung around you as an instructor? Very, very rarely, but that's because I can see it coming. I know how to control a class. I run a really, really tight ship. And I have a process for getting people safer and safer. So I've gotten muzzled a lot in my life. I will get muzzled again, but the how much it happens is very, very reduced. I've gotten pretty good at seeing where that comes. I've got this down to a system and a science coaching these classes. What T1C holsters on the way? Their Aegis is on their way, and maybe some others. Jared's a friend. He's the owner of that company, and he's just sending me stuff. I'm like, I'm right-handed. I'd like something nice. And so he's just sending me stuff. Like when I got this holster, Lucas just sent me some stuff. He's like, what do you want? I'm like, something optic cut. Well, whatever. So I will love the Tier 1. I've played with it some. It's a great, great holster, so I look forward to it. Let's see. Do you enjoy any single-action revolvers? I would for like cowboy fun guns. I wouldn't that doesn't have a defensive application for me, but kind of just as a enthusiast to pick it up and be like, hey, this looks like a cowboy would have. Love you, John, and promoting Christ. Rock on, Jack. Thanks, man. Michigan classes coming soon. So I've added some new classes to the website. Like I know I've got Louisiana coming up. Hold on, my phone is falling. Louisiana is coming up. I just posted a room clearing class in Augusta, Georgia. I'm working on Illinois, which should post soon, and Michigan, which should post soon. I'm hoping to get another Texas up, but kind of like directly west of Dallas by like 2 hours or so, or an hour and a half or so. I'll look at Virginia, and I'll also look at Colorado. I'll be in Missouri next weekend, but I'm doing a private thing. So, but I'm going to Missouri. No, Missouri in like 2 weeks. I'm in California next week. I don't know. I'm going places, guys. I'm going places. Miami is tough. There's only a couple venues, and it hasn't been really easy to land in there. Typically with a venue, it's kind of easy button, doesn't charge me a lot, has all the amenities that I want, and is relatively close to an airport. So anyway, or a bigger airport. But there's Homestead and there's Altair down there, and both have just been, they want like in-depth copies of my course outlines, and I'm like, I don't want to give you my product. Just here's my whole class, you can have it. And I know they're not going to do anything with it, but still, it's just they're requiring a whole bunch of hoops to jump through, and I'm like, I got a lot of easy buttons here. I'm just so busy all the time. I'm always like a few hundred messages behind, just trying so desperately to answer y'all's correspondence and whatnot. It's really, really hard. And this is me, cry me a river kind of thing. But anyway, do I hunt? No, I've hunted a lot of people, but I don't hunt anymore. I'd like to get into it. Anyway, hopefully I'll go hog hunting soon. Night vision stuff with my buddy Sam Houston, who works at TNVC. Let me see. Let me tap in some of those. This is a medium? Yes. Why are the hoodie strings tied together? I don't know. Evan is my creative director, and he said, this is what you do. And I'm like, ugh, this is a choking hazard, man. He's like, do it. I'm like, whatever. So, all right, whatever. My wife makes fun of, so I'm so unfashionable. I'm not a fashionable dude. So when she met me, I was wearing Birkenstocks, khaki boat shorts that were too short in the Ranger panties spirit, and then like a khaki shirt. So I was like khaki head to toe, probably a khaki hat. And she looked at me, and I think she probably thought, oh, he could probably... I may be able to fix him. She's probably watching right now, smiling. They weren't tactical Birkenstocks either. They were hippie Birkenstocks designed to be worn with really thick socks. Let's see, what else? When they banned semi-autos with false flags of November 4 operatives, we'll hear more Vegas BS from Deep State. Maybe so. Thoughts on Army switch to SIG? I really wish they'd gone with something else. I think they're all going to start breaking in a year or two or something, and then the service contract's going to be a really big deal. I just think they're going to break. It's my hunch. I don't have a lot of data. I just think they're going to. But I think it's a big improvement, technologically speaking, from the Beretta of the past, which Beretta was amazing, but it's really antiquated technology. Anyway, but that's just my thoughts. And Salty Monkey, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. It was just my opinion. It was just my thought. How often do you PT? I do lots of endurance and agility stuff. So I worked out in the hotel this morning. Not enough. My big problem isn't not working out. That's one thing, is I barely ever eat. I just don't eat enough. I skip meals. I just forget. And I'm on the road all the time. It's fast food, and I just don't want to put that crap in my body, so I just don't eat. Only carry medical you're trained to use. Probably a good deal. Bible, favorite Bible verse in Colossians, maybe 2:13. Let's see. What do you think about our generation? Our generation sucks, man. And I hate it because we got so much wrong with us. We're the entitlement generation. I was thinking about it even when I was playing. There's this, for you guys, man, we just hit 700 folks in here. Ugh. If you guys showed up late, I accidentally pushed the wrong button on my phone last night, and I purchased Sleep Affirmations app. It was $9.99, $10 I just wasted on this junk. And basically it says things like, you are important. You are beloved. Here, I'll play a couple for you again. They'll play in the background while I talk. And so anyway, that was a disaster. Here you go. For your own edification, here we go.
Every day, I find moments of happiness that fulfill and calm me.
And so you're supposed to play this, and these things will play all night and subconsciously boost your self-esteem. The problem is it was based on really bad parenting advice that was given to the baby boomers, our parents, that said smarter kids have higher self-esteems. Well, the logical fallacy here was correlation doesn't equal causation here. So they noticed that smarter kids had higher self-esteems. So what they did is, to boost intelligence, we tried to boost self-esteem. So we were the generation that grew up where everyone got a trophy, and we were told how special and wonderful we were, even when we didn't really accomplish anything to merit such accolades. So for instance, you can look at almost all the movies and stuff that come out, and they're inherently special for no real reason. I look at the Harry Potter series, and here you have a kid, and for you guys who are Harry Potter fans, what are you doing in here, first off? No, just kidding. Did you get lost? What? This is Warrior. Anyway, I'm 30. I'm in my mid-30s. So anyway, you take a look at Harry Potter, and he is basically a kid, and I think there's 9 books or movies. For 9 movies, about 7 of them, he sucks at magic. He's constantly just running away. Now, the little girl, she's a stud at magic. And I know he has the power of the Voldemort and he's got the special thing, but he's always breaking the rules, getting in trouble, and getting rescued by somebody else at the last moment. So I get that he's got the power and he Voldemort's out and he does, well, yeah, for that. But really, he's kind of this intrinsically really special person, but he's got no real accolades. He's not done anything. He's not a hard worker with good character and good magical skills. He kind of sucks at magic for most of the stuff. And so what I'm getting at is we are kind of like that. He's the hero of the millennial generation. We believe we're inherently special and very important and amazing, even though we haven't proved ourselves by nature of great character or anything else. I think we're living at the very top of Abraham Maslow. He was a famous psychologist, 20th century psychologist, and he made his basically his pyramid, his hierarchy of sociological needs. And so at the very base you have like food, water, shelter, and then safety and security, and then you go up the thing to figure out what are your real human needs. The very top of the pyramid is based on sociological acceptance and an individual actualization. That's the word that the psychologists use, is self-actualization. And that's basically stuff of like, who am I? What are my creative preferences and gifts? And that's good stuff and that's important. But a lot of folks in our generation, the millennial generation, I'm the oldest of the millennials, I'm 35 years old. We kind of lived at the top of that pyramid so long that we take all the other stuff for granted. I think it goes in for the millennial generation that we feel very, very entitled, that our opinion counts. It's like we're the first generation that hears a CEO give an open door policy and takes them up on it. Our parents and grandparents would never dream of taking them up on that. And we come into the CEO's office, day 2, we've been working there, of I don't know about this. I think you should change the name. I've got some ideas. And can you guys call the board members in? What I'm feeling about this. And we expect that our opinion should matter. Shut up, your opinion doesn't matter. You're new, you don't know anything. You need to shut up, listen, and do exactly what you're told. And put in your time and salt. I sound like some old curmudgeon right now, and I'm not intending to. What I am trying to praise is hard work and good ethic and that kind of stuff. If you want to be special, then make yourself special. Work hard. Do something absolutely earth-shattering. It'll shock everyone. Tell the truth. Hey, be loyal. Love other people and treat them well. And nobody's doing that kind of stuff. You'll be a revolutionary. It'll freak everyone out. I don't know. I think he likes me. I don't even know him. It'll freak everyone out. Work really hard. Distinguish yourself with your good ideas and ingenuity. So that's the way we distinguish ourselves, not through dressing a certain way as if the superficiality really matters that much. So anyway, quite a little tear there. But that's what I think about our millennial generation is I feel like we're just ruined. So glued to our phones that we're becoming rapidly socially anemic. They don't want to look you in the eye or shake your hand, and it almost makes them very, very upset to have an eye-to-eye conversation about anything with depth for any breadth of time, because they need to immediately look at their phone and disconnect and Google selfie, and just, it's weird. And so I think that's really, really scary. What I also notice about my generation is we are very, very educated in terms of our width, our breadth, but have no depth. That means the modern millennial, somebody my age or younger, they know something about an amazing amount, but they only know about this much. We don't know anything really, really well. Is Miss Poet in here? Did she speak? Somebody said, hey, Miss Poet. Did Miss Poet come in? She is a superstar. My wife is so smoking hot, so awesome. Woo. Anyway. All right. Sorry, she distracted. Anyway, how much? Hold on. How much would it cost to have you assassinate me? my character is not for sale. We are relationally poor. Yes, we are. Stop it. Hey, Salty Monkey. 4 out of 5 bananas for that comment. Let's see. Get back on track. You said stop it. You're saving me from getting keyed in with my wife. All right, I'll continue my millennial tear for just a moment longer. Then I want to talk other gunnish things. That's the problem. I think one of the problems with the millennial generation. So I'm like, how in the world are we? Look at how divided the country is right now. And I think part of it is our social anemic problems that are developed. I think because we're just always connected superficially, but never really connecting eye to eye, realistically, in deep relationships. It also stunts us sociologically, so it's really hard for millennials, for us to work out our problems. It's, I think this, and you're an idiot. Well, I think something different, and you're an idiot. Well, no, and it just kind of goes like this, so there's no real way that we can... an offended brother is more unyielding than a fortified city. A wise man named Solomon wrote that in the book of Proverbs. An offended brother is more unyielding than a fortified city. So when I say to a millennial, I say, you know what, guys? Chocolate is the best flavor ice cream. That's it. And then the other one's like, I like vanilla. Vanilla is the favorite. And I'm like, it's chocolate. And we both start freaking out. And originally we just didn't really even care that much. But because there was a point of contention and someone said I'm wrong, screw you, you're wrong. And now we go back and forth and fight. That's not okay. and so it ends up just being something like that. So terrible, terrible, terrible. All right, guys. So I really screwed up here. It is 8:57, and I was doing something live for you guys, but I'm about to jump on Patreon. So folks that support the channel, they financially support the channel, even if it's $1 a month or something. Patreon.com/Warrior Poet Society. Would somebody type that in for me, please? I do private live stuff. So right here, y'all are rapid fire questions at me, and I'm getting like 50 questions a minute here, and if I'm speaking I can't read, and so it's real hard for me to even keep up with this stuff. So patrons, I do special live stuff for the patrons as well. So I'm about to log on, and I'll expect kind of like a chat room of 100 people rather than 700 people or 50 people, and so all the questions get answered on patreon.com/Warrior Poet Society. So it's like, if you're getting $1 a month from here. So I'm about to log off here. I'll get on there and do this. And sorry I didn't get to all y'all's questions. I really would like to. I'll try to do a little bit better next time, not getting on such rabbit trails. But really appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks so much for your support of the channel, for following along, and train hard, train smart. And I'll see you guys later.